afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 34th Annual Athena Leadership Award Program. It is so great to see all of you here today. Glad that we can be part of this event. We are from WAOW TV. My name is Melissa Langdon.
And I'm Victoria Saha. We want to first go ahead and give a huge shout out to all our sponsors here today. We're going to start off with our presenting sponsor, O'Malley Cadillac Honda.
That is being followed by our platinum sponsor, Ruder Ware.
Gold sponsors, Emory Financial Cornerstone, advisors, Clifton Larson Ellen, E.O. Johnson Business Technologies.
Our silver sponsors, Ansay & Associates, BMO Harris Bank, the Dirks Group, and Wisconsin Public Service.
Bronze sponsor, Incredible Wing.
And our media sponsor, that's an easy one for us, WAOW TV.
And live production sponsor, Gem Productions. We are thrilled to be participating as the Masters of Ceremonies for the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce 34th Annual Athena Leadership Award Program. Today, we have the privilege of celebrating achievements of 13 area professionals who have demonstrated their commitment to supporting, honoring, and developing current and emerging women leaders. These individuals are the finalists for the 2019 Athena Leadership Award and the Athena Young Professional Leadership Award. You can read about the finalists highlighted in your program booklet. You will also have the opportunity to learn more about them in the videos that will be shown here in just a bit.
Now, the really fun thing about the Athena Leadership Award program is that it is based on Greek mythology. And Athena was known for her courage, her wisdom, and enlightenment. Now, this program is presented to an individual being honored for their professional excellence, as well as their community involvement, and also reaching out to particularly women in the community to help them reach their excellence as well. The program got started back in 1982, and since then, some 8,000 women have been awarded with this particular award, taking home Athena Awards and making their communities very proud. It has taken place in the United States, United Kingdom, Bermuda, Greece, Russia. Just about every place on the planet has an Athena Award winner. And we are proud to have some former winners in our audience today. We would like to ask them to stand if they could. Any of our former Athena Leadership Award winners, please stand for us. Hold your applause. A big round of applause for all of our people who are so well represented our community. We do have a complete list of all of the winners over the years in your program. So let's give another round of applause to all of those people. Congratulations to you in the past. And now let's move on to our award winners for this year.
All right, the first award will be presented is the Athena Young Professional Leadership Award. Established in 2007, the Athena Young Professional Leadership Award honors an emerging leader who demonstrates excellence, creativity, and initiative in their business or profession, gives their time and energy to improve the quality of life for others in the region, and clearly serving as a role model. Before we announce the 2019 recipient, let's watch a video highlighting each finalist for the Athena Young Professional Leadership Award.
My name is Laura Blado. I'm a realtor with RE/MAX Excel. I don't think I necessarily go out seeking opportunities to make an impact on other women in our community, but I happen to have developed a really strong network of incredible women as friends. There's a really great community here for being able to be collaborative and not feel so pitted against each other professionally, not being afraid to stand up and lead by example. I think is something that I feel we could definitely use more of in this community. The world in general, but there's such a divisiveness in the world right now that to stand up and say, I don't care who you are, you're welcome here, and just be that person that people look to as the example and how you live, and it's not a front, it's not fake, it's who you are. That's I think probably one of the biggest things that I would love to see more of.
My name is Megan Steer. I'm a project administrator at the Samuels Group. And when I started working in construction, I used to work in a child care center for 8 years. So I was involved a lot, also at a school with children. And so when I came over to construction, the construction industry, I was kind of missing that piece of working with children. So Big Brothers Big Sisters came here and did a presentation on how you could become involved in that, and that's how I got started there. She's taught me to kind of reflect back on my life growing up and how I can relate some of my struggles that I went through, helping her understand that you understand what she's going through.
My name is Mindy Happy. I'm the owner and senior designer at Inner Peace Interiors. One thing I created a few years ago was a local CEU that we offered at Muse at Century, because I know the university had the interior architecture program there. So we offered that free for them, but then we also invited all of the professionals from, this 90-mile radius around. Knowing, we work with so many different people, and it's okay to ask questions. We all come from different backgrounds. So if we don't ask the questions, you're not going to get the answers that you need to help make yourself grow into the person that you need to be for the future.
My name is Katie Rosenberg, and I am the Integrated Marketing Manager at East Bay. I am also elected to represent District 1 on the Marathon County Board. I'm very lucky that I represent District 1 on the Marathon County Board, because we have strategic goals of making Marathon County the healthiest, safest, and most prosperous county. So every policy we considered is going right towards those goals, and I think that right there, if we can maximize everything we do, we're hitting the quality of life and increasing that for citizens of Marathon County. Working at this Fortune 500 company, East Bay, a lot of people come to me asking, what should I do, what can I do to enjoy myself, people from diverse backgrounds. So I've taken it upon myself to be kind of the cultural liaison for our East Bay employees.
My name is Jessica Scharfenberg. I'm the Executive Director of Health First. Health First's mission is to serve underserved populations. So really working day by day of how do we help people that are in need, whether it be through WIC, so women, infants, and children, getting them access to food that they need, or getting them referrals to physicians. They don't have a car seat, how do we get them those resources that they need so that they're being fed, but also that they're creating healthy lifestyles within the community. And then with reproductive health, we serve over 4,000 individuals, mostly women, but we also serve men as well. And they're individuals that don't have access to health care. They don't have insurance, they don't have a payer source. And giving them access to affordable care at low or no cost.
This last year I started teaching junior achievement at Evergreen Elementary to first and second graders. So that's been a lot of fun. We cover your needs and your wants and different jobs and money and banking and some fun stuff like that. Being a leader as a female, but also being able to accommodate people. I think a smile or holding the door for somebody or just being kind, saying thank you, goes a really long way.
My name is Emily Voss, and I am the owner and photographer of Voss Studios. I had two girls that came to me pretty fresh out of high school, and I helped them to build their own businesses in their own creative field, and spent a few years with each of those individuals, really kind of mentoring them both personally and professionally. I also take in a lot of individuals who will contact me either phone or email. Maybe it's a middle schooler that they got a new camera, and so their parents reach out, and I'll sit down for an afternoon and go through with them, like, okay, this is, how we start out, these are the basics, this is what being a business person looks like, all the way up to, I've had other photographers that will come and stay with me and intern to kind of help their own business. I'll also do group lectures with the Girl Scouts will come in several times a year, and I'll either work with them on body image and the media, or also what it's like to be a female entrepreneur.
At this time, I'd like to recognize all the finalists for the 2019 Athena Young Professional Leadership Award. As I say each finalist's name, please stand and remain standing, and we ask everyone to hold your applause until all the finalist names have been announced. So let's start. Laura Blado, Megan Sear, Mindy Hoppy, Katie Rosenberg, Jessica Scharfenberg, Andrew Stoiberg, and Emily Voss. were scored based on specific criteria and scorecard provided by the Athena International, and award recipients have not been notified in advance. All award finalists have been asked to prepare just a few words in the event they are selected as the winner. This time, the time has come to announce the recipient, and I'd like to invite last year's recipient, Allison Little, to join us on stage.
Hi everyone, how are you? Good. First off, I want to thank the Wausau Area Chamber of Commerce for putting this amazing day together to lift up women leaders in our community. Thank you. It's been a year. That went quick, didn't it? Stacy asked that I share a couple highlights from the last year. So shortly after I received the Athena Young Professional Award, I went down to Madison and I was the keynote speaker at Women's Entrepreneurship Day. I shared the stage with Laura Gallagher, the coordinator of the event and Wisconsin Trailblazer, Mary Burke, the first woman to run for governor in the state of Wisconsin, and a neuroscientist from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. It was an honor to be able to share the stage with them and to add value to that event. In the spring of last year, I hosted Launch Leadership Conference with the purpose of helping high achievers launch to the next level in their lives and careers. In 7 weeks, we gathered over 170 leaders from 4 different states right here in Wausau, Wisconsin, to lift them up as leaders. And I'm so excited that we're planning another event for next year. Recently, I was hired by the John Maxwell team to be part of his faculty. I represent one of 60 faculty members globally. For any of you who don't know who John is, he's the #1 leadership expert in the world. He's written more leadership books than anyone else on the planet, so it's truly an honor to be able to serve in that capacity. This last August, we hosted our first John Maxwell team youth certification in Orlando, Florida. At that event, we had over 100 young people from all over the world who gathered to learn about leadership principles for their lives. On one particular day, I got a hug from John, he thanked me, I spoke on his stage, and the training that I provided was filmed and will be used to do transformational leadership change in countries around the world. That was an awesome day, my friends. Our financial planning firm, Prosper Wealth Management, recently won the top 100 financial advisor by Investopedia, so that was cool. I say none of that to impress you, but to impress upon you that we women leaders have the power to make positive change happen in this world. I think it's really important for us as women to lift each other up each and every day, to encourage each other and to see the good in each other. You see, I could spend hours going through all the failures, the struggles, and the people that told me no last year, but we don't have enough time, and I probably would need some wine, my friends. All right, let's get on with the award. Last year, Erica Mandiat beautifully described what the Athena leadership model recognizes. Living authentically, learning constantly, advocating fiercely, acting courageously, fostering collaboration, building relationships, giving back, and celebrating. It's an honor someone heard those characteristics and associated them with your names: Laura, Megan, Mindy, Katie, Jessica, Andrea, and Emily. I want to thank all of you for making a positive difference in this world. You are world changers. Without further ado, the recipient of the 2019 Athena Young Professional Award is, I'm glad they had the envelope, Laura Landau.
Leading me to this moment. It's been a long road to get here, and can you hear me now? Okay. Thank you. So again, thank you. And I first want to thank God for leading me to this moment. It's been a long road, and I am eternally grateful. And I want to thank my mom, who is here with me today, and who has been there for every sporting event, every play, every musical, and every single award ceremony I've ever had. She's incredible, and she is truly the reason I'm here. She told a little girl with a curious mind and a fiery spirit that she was Sherry Rice's daughter and could be whatever the hell she wanted to be. I wish every girl could have a mom like mine. And thank you to my coworkers who are also here today. They support every crazy idea I have and laugh at my sometimes odd sense of humor. And I especially want to congratulate my fellow nominees, as well as the Athena nominees. Most of us had the chance to gather for lunch last week and get to know each other a bit more, and I humbly stand here today sharing with each and every one of you this award. You astound me in your efforts and your accomplishments, and I could not be prouder to be surrounded by your company. And I want to personally thank you for pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into everything you do. You are all an inspiration to me. I'd also like to thank the Wausau Region Chamber for not only hosting incredible events like this, but for going above and beyond in our region to help business owners succeed and support leaders in their efforts to create an amusing community for us all to live and play in. I moved to Wausau 5 years ago from the Madison area, and I vividly remember attending my first Athena Awards ceremony, sitting at a table of complete strangers, and being absolutely in awe of every one of the nominees on the stage that year. I'd seen them in the community and had read about their accomplishments in the news. I had heard about the impact they were having around town, and as I was starting to network and get to know people through various chamber events, I was in awe. Over the past few years, I've had opportunities to work with many of the nominees in various capacities, and have even had the chance to see a couple of my personal friends, Elizabeth Brodak and Shanna Yankee, be awarded this honor. I could not have been prouder of them in that moment, and I still to this day could not be more proud to be able to call them friends in this moment. Working with many of these women on various projects, boards, committees, etc., have allowed me to begin to see my own strengths. That is what true leadership is to me. When what you do with the gifts you've been given passively inspires others to use, embrace, and celebrate their own. I am incredibly grateful to have landed here in Wausau and to be surrounded by so many amazing human beings. Having the Athena program here is such an incredible opportunity for women to pause for a moment, step back from their frantic lives, and truly see what a difference they're making. In case you didn't know, nominators remain anonymous, and I can tell you that every one of us as nominees feel humbled by the fact that someone out there noticed us and took time out of their busy lives to submit a nomination form. None of us do what we do in search of awards and recognition, but what a surreal moment it is when you're forced to acknowledge what your work means to someone else. I can also tell you that none of us enjoyed doing those video clips. We also forgot to talk about 90% of the things we meant to. Finally, I'd like to encourage you all to take a moment to step back and catalog the gifts that you've been given. Too often we are too busy pursuing goals or just barely getting by to really comprehend that each one of us has been given a unique set of skills and life experiences, passions that can truly be a beacon of light to someone searching for a ray of hope or needing a nudge in the right direction. I am, as you've seen from the clip, especially interested in our youth, and I feel like today's youth are impacted greatly by the world beyond our local community. And as a big sister for big brothers and big sisters of Central Wisconsin, I can tell you that there are so many kids without families like mine who are there to push them along, teaching them it's okay to dream bigger, or in some cases, even giving them a strong foundation to begin to grow from. We, especially those of us in this room, are blessed to have opportunities and resources to show even one child what they're capable of. So with that, I challenge you to go out there and let your light shine. Thank you again.
Congratulations to Laura. Our second award presented today is the Athena Leadership Award, and this today will go to a woman who is known for her professional excellence. She is also someone that is very active in the community, reaches out to community members, and especially reaches out to women to help them reach their full leadership potential as well. Before announcing this year's recipients, let's take a look at a video that will show us each one of their stories.
My name is Christina Barbier, and I am the co-president of the Workplace Volunteer Council, which sponsors the Fill a Backpack, Fill a Need, which I am the 2019 chair of. I also work at Deluxe Corporation, where I'm an executive assistant. In 2004, our son Spencer passed away at the age of 3.5. I was totally devastated and lost, as you would expect. And I couldn't understand how I kept waking up, because it felt like I didn't have oxygen. And so I turned my pain to helping others and got involved with many charitable efforts. I work a lot with children, and the input that I give them and what they tell me back is, they only see their today. And I try to make it very clear to them that, this is a moment in time, and their tomorrow could be whatever they'd like it to be.
My name is Mona Fox. I'm Chief Operating Officer of Cornerstone Advisors. Find an organization that you're passionate about and get involved. I have found the rewards to be tenfold what the work I put in. And believe me, I've put in a lot of work on some organizations over the years, but I've gotten so much back. The connections you make with other people in the community, but especially other women, and the sense of pride that you have in your community. A mentor early on said to me when I was talking about, maybe I don't have time to get involved, I don't have expertise in that area, I don't have interest, and he said, well, if not you, who? So it does take everyone who possibly can help an effort to get involved. So I say to those people who are up and coming in their careers or maybe moving to Wausau, if not you, who? It's your turn to give back, it's your turn to get involved, and the rewards will be countless.
I am Amber Gober. I am a mortgage lender at People's State Bank. It's what I feel most passionate about. For me, it's helping with the youth and helping with women in our community, both for personal reasons from my background and for the fact that now I have kids and want to be able to help them and their peers grow as well. If I'm going to ask somebody to do something, I'll do it first so that they can see how I personally do it, but then actually have them do it and put their own twist on it so that they feel comfortable and make it their own. Really go after your passion, and if you're doing what you love, it doesn't feel like you're working. So if you truly want to be successful in something, make sure it's something that you love doing.
My name is Linda Hackbarth. I'm the Human Resources Officer at Bone and Joint Clinic, where I've been employed for about 6 years. Working in human resources and in healthcare, it's a service position, so I naturally serve others, and the majority of staff in healthcare are female. When you look at the workforce, even in our organization, the majority are female, so I naturally have been able to impact the female population just because of that mix. And I started volunteering for junior achievement, and that was amazing. I absolutely loved giving back and teaching the kids more about ethics and business acumen and how to be successful, how to apply for a position, what employers are looking for, and getting back into the schools where my kids actually went to school. That was really rewarding. I always tell people, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
My name is Michelle Phillips. I am an online women's health and fitness coach. I work for a company called Balance 365 Life, and I'm also the founder of Fearlessly You Coaching. It's a body image coaching program. Anyone who is out there just defying the norms and saying, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm not gonna let what someone thinks I should be stop me from enjoying life and playing with my kids and just reaching my dreams. The biggest successes are when women can come to me and say that they're doing things that they've been waiting for, or they're finally getting on the floor to play with their kids. They're not sitting there waiting for life to happen. They're not sitting there demanding that they are up at 5 o'clock in the morning and beating themselves up all the time because they're not getting in a workout or they're not eating perfectly. They're freeing themselves of this weight that they've carried on their shoulders their whole lives, that they need to be smaller and that they need to be just picture perfect. They're changing on the inside. To me, those are the biggest success stories.
My name is Shireen Seward. I'm the editor and publisher of Wausau Pilot and Review, and I'm also the host of Route 51 on Wisconsin Public Radio. As a journalist, I think that it's important to tell the city's stories, to hold government officials accountable for their actions, and to applaud the people who have done really good things in town. One of the initiatives that we have now, the Humans of Wausau project, really showcases ordinary people and their extraordinary lives. Everybody has extraordinary lives in some way, and I think it's important to tell those stories too. You look at journalism as a whole, and it is a male-dominated field. 38% of the bylines in newspaper are women. It's very similar for radio voices as well. So bringing that female perspective and the female voice into a leadership role in journalism is really important, but it's also, I think, important for the younger generation, for the next generation of journalists to know that they can succeed in this kind of business.
Stories and how many different people have from so many different walks of life and are doing really great things in the community. We do want to, you've seen them on video, but we do want to see them in person. All of them are here in the room with us right now, so let's have each one of our finalists stand at this point. Christina Barbier, Mona Fox, Amber Gober, Linda Hackbarth, Michelle Phillips, and Shireen Seward. Let's give them a big round of applause. It's time to find out who this year's recipient is, and for that I would like to call Ann Dahlke up to the stage. She is last year's recipient, and she's going to do us the honors this time around.
Thank you very much. It's hard to believe that a year has passed already since I stood here in front of you with my hands and my voice shaking, accepting my own award. First of all, congratulations to all of the 2019 finalists. You are each making a tremendous impact on our community through your actions, commitments, and achievements. Someone who clearly recognizes the value of your work, that your work adds to our community, believed it was important to nominate you for this incredible honor. And through your actions, you truly embody the words of Oprah Winfrey, who said, "True philanthropy comes from living from your heart, giving to others what you have been given, and what a wonderful way to connect to those with whom we share this life." In just a moment, I will have the privilege of reading off the name of the 2019 Athena Leadership Award recipient and presenting her with this very prestigious award. But the award itself is a very special commemorative honor because of the way the artist casts each award. No two are alike. Each one is a one-of-a-kind individual work of art. So if you have an opportunity to get a close-up look at the award, either this year or a previous winner's award, I encourage you to do so. It's also referred to by the Athena International Association as a sculpture, not a trophy or a statue. And I think if you do get the chance to look at it up close or even lift it, you'll be surprised at how heavy they are. But now we've kept our finalists waiting long enough. So without any further ado, the recipient of the 2019 Athena Leadership Award is Mona Fox.
Get down here. Okay, don't drop it. Oh, this is really loud and touchy. Well, I took my husband's advice and decided to write down a few words, but I also told the other nominees that I was going to get you all up here, so just I didn't have to speak if it was me. I am obviously shocked by this. I'm not sure if I'm more shocked at winning the award or that my name and Greek goddess were somehow used in the same context. I don't know, I'm going to milk that for all it's worth. I have to thank the Chamber of Commerce, as others did, for this award that I have sat out in the audience and admired for many years. In fact, not to date myself, but I was actually nominated 25 years ago for this award. And here I am again. So I've had the pleasure of being involved in a lot of organizations for many years. I'd also like to thank the sponsors, but most of all, I would like to thank my fellow nominees. You all rock. And I'm humbled to be able to stand up here and accept this award, but I think part of me accepts it on your behalf as well, because I'm just in great company. I don't feel like I deserve this award, because for the past 30 years, I've just felt like paying it back. WASA has been great to me. I fell in love with this community, felt very passionate about it, and wanted to give back. And that's really all I've been doing. And I think Laura said it well. If you are doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. And that's how it's been. I have a couple of people to thank for getting me started. The first person is a friend and mentor who we lost just a few weeks ago, Mr. Ralph Meerman. And if any of you know Ralph, you know that if he asked you to do something, you didn't say no. And he was one of the first people to tap me and say, you need to get involved in the community. And he was the one who said, if not you, who? And it was probably a little bit of a guilt trip on his part, but thank goodness he did it, because I was able to get involved in some really wonderful organizations over the years. But before Ralph tapped me, I would have to say that that volunteer spirit and giving back came from some other people. First and foremost, my mom. God rest her soul, she's not with us today except in spirit, but she gave me my charitable heart, is what I like to call it. I'm the youngest of 11 kids, and you would think that that would be enough, but she found time and energy, God knows where, to give back to the community. And one of the things that impressed me at a very young age was that she would foster and sponsor children from foreign countries. And I thought, if 11 isn't enough, wow, we gotta go find some more kids to help. but that's just how she was, her charitable heart, and I thank God every day for her. I also have to thank my 5 sisters, 2 of which are here today. Both have successful businesses and are entrepreneurs, and I think I got some of that fierce spirit from them, so thank you for that. I want to thank my team at Cornerstone Advisors, some of which are here today. They are a fun group to work with. They inspire me and help me to be a better leader every day. I'm not going to name their names, but I also have a few bosses to thank for teaching me what not to do. You've all probably had a few of those bosses. I'm just saying that most of them happen to be men, but other than that, I did learn a few things about leadership and what makes a good leader and what doesn't, and I hope I've been able to take the good things from them. A couple of organizations I want to quickly thank. Girl Scouts of America for allowing me to help teach young girls. That was I didn't realize it at the time, but that was a huge honor to be able to do that. And just a note for any of you that are kindergarten parents in the room, when you drop your kindergarten daughter off at school, if you're too happy, they're gonna say, ha, she's the happy mom, we're gonna get her to volunteer. And if you're too sad, they're gonna say, oh, she's sappy mom, she wants to be with her daughter, we're gonna get her to volunteer. So somewhere in between is where you want to be. But Girl Scouts was an awesome group to be a part of, helping to mold those young girls. The Women's Leadership Committee, which I'm happy to serve on that since the beginning, and along with Amber, wherever she is, my fellow committee member. Shameless plug, that is January 15th. Please put that on your calendar, and hopefully everybody can attend that. And then the latest organization that I'm proud to be a part of, and I hope you'll all be hearing a lot about this in the news soon, is the Central Wisconsin Children's Museum here in Wausau for Marathon County. We are in the process of raising the monies to bring a museum here to Wausau, which will be a STEM-based program, especially I think geared to young women, young girls in science, technology, engineering, and math. So you'll be hearing more about that in the coming weeks, I hope. I have to thank the #1 guy in my life, my husband Ted, who supports all the activities I'm in, all my antics, and just always a supporter. So thank you for that. My last thanks is to my greatest inspiration, my 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. My daughter I let get out of school today so she could be here, so she's especially thankful. But I want to thank her for helping me to be a better mom, a better role model, and just an all-around better person, so that she grows up in a world where she knows women can do anything that they put their sights on. She gives me a lot of pride every day, but she also gives me a lot of hope in the next generation, because they truly are destined to do some great things. So I encourage you all, just like the other nominees have talked about, to not wait, because if not you, who? We need to get involved. We need to make sure the next generation is prepared. So I hope you were inspired today by what all of us have been involved in, and I hope you get involved and give back to this great community. Thank you very much.
Didn't want her to leave without that. Congratulations, Mona. Congratulations to both of our recipients and all of our finalists today. So deserving and such a great representation of the great work that is going on in this community. We would like to ask all of you to stay behind after the program, because there are some photos that we would like to take yet today. Thank all of you also for coming out today and being a part of this celebration, and of course for all of the sponsors that make this event possible.
Coming up on January 15th is the Women's Leadership Conference. We've lined up 2 national speakers, Holly Hoffman, who is a former Survivor contestant, and Amy Cohen, both authors and experts in leadership. So watch out for your weekly emails and messages from the Chamber in the coming weeks. And last year, we actually had 650 participants from all over Wisconsin, so it's a great opportunity to meet new contacts and just spend the day focused on leadership. Fun finally, if you took a name tag when you arrived, please drop it off on your way out the door. Drive carefully and have a great day.
Thank you.